Hey guys, here's Sweet Pea. So Sweet Pea became mine when I was a year old. My dad bought her when he was 17, decided that he wanted to make it a race car after it was a daily for years. He made it a race car, raced when I was little, and that's all I needed to get my fix. So since he gave me her when I was a year old, I grew up with Sweet Pea as mine. When I was 16, I decided to graduate early, and then as I turned 17, I started racing her. She started off with a little 55 pump gas engine in her, and quickly ended up with a bigger engine. We put a 3-degree stroker, which my best pass was 6.4 through the 8. Nothing too crazy, but it was enough to beat a wolf mower. I ended up having 2 kids, and after that I decided I need to rebuild this car. So I decided that Sweet Pea needed a transplant. Sweet Pea now has an LS engine. She has a stock Waterman 4.8, and I'm excited to see what it's going to do. It's powered by a Holley Terminator. This is my first rodeo with really anything by myself, but especially fuel injection. So I'm eager to see how that's going to turn out. My dad's not a huge fan. Conventional engine for life for him. But here we are. Sweet Pea also has a lot of pretty parts. I am a huge fan of her twin turbos at this point. So let me show you her nice parts. So Sweet Pea has a pair of BorgWarner S366s on her. I decided that nitrous was expensive, and in the long run turbos should be a little bit better, so we'll see. My nice Holley high ram intake, I was pretty proud of getting that. Holley fuel rails, along with Bosch 210 injectors. Sorry, bear with me. I am nervous and my camera skills are not the greatest. But I kept the stock valve covers because it is a stock bottom end engine. It's nothing too fancy. And I'm not paying $800 for a set of nicer valve covers. My Stainless Works headers, they are my favorite part about this whole thing. So that's pretty great. I got a good deal on them and I'm excited. I did this fuel system myself. I have a Red Horse Boost reference fuel pressure regulator under there. You can see it's kind of a mess. I also ran my steam kit under the intake, obviously like you have to, but I ran the line out and tapped it into my water pump instead of coming to the radiator. Tapping that was actually fun. Me and my dad fought about what size fitting I bought to put in the water pump. It's obviously 1/4 inch. He swore it wasn't. Didn't believe me until I pulled up proof, but whatever. We're getting somewhere. A stock water pump, running an alternator because street car. I have my super dampener under there. I was pretty proud of that too. Then you have my ugly little loop for the heater hose part of the water pump because race car. I have yet to run my radiator hoses. I need to go ahead and run those. I still have a few little things to run, but it's just really little stuff besides wiring it to start it. I have not put any oil in her yet. I think I'm gonna have to rerun a drain line over here. I did not pay attention to the fact that I didn't have my transmission picked up in the back and actually mounted. So whenever I did that, after doing the lines, it made some of my lines tight because of course the engine came down, so that line right in here is actually really tight. Need to redo that. Good thing I have extra 10AN line. We'll see. I'm really excited to wire up the Holley and get the car started. I've been debating on how I'm going to go battery wise, but I used to run 2 universal batteries in the back, and I think I'm going to keep that just to keep the weight back there. So we'll see that. As you can see, I have some pipes that go off of my wastegates over there. And then the rest of the piping is going to be done soon. I'm actually going to order it from Vibrant Performance. So I have really big news about that, and I'm really excited, and I'll tell you all about that some more later. But in the meantime, I need to finish wiring, and then we'll be getting somewhere. Stay tuned to see what Sweet Pea does and to see if I make my deadline. I also have a deadline for a fuel sponsor, so I have to have her running in July, which should not be a problem. She is so close. And then my own personal deadline is to have her at the track ready and running in September. So guys, watch along with me. view my progress and just see where we're going and and if this car makes it, considering it's built by me.